Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a Speedway rider in the 1970s. He was a big guy. He was huge, but he was very popular. He never won a Speedway race. He crashed most of the time, but he was famous and he was very popular. When I was racing with this guy, I wish I was that popular. And who was that? It was Patrick Tumbleweed Walton. He was a big dude, and he just literally lit up the Costa Mesa Speedway. Larry Huffman went ahead and announced his name, Tumbleweed Walton. And Tumbleweed, he was very famous and he was very popular, you know. He just was the crowd favorite. And like I said, he never finished a race hardly. He never won a race. But he was popular and he was very famous and he was very good in popularity. And he was a racer and he melted with all the top riders, but he wasn't a top rider. And I remember racing Tumbleweed one time. I think I raced him one time. And I went up to him and I grabbed him by the uniform and I said, Tumbleweed, do not knock me down. Do not fall on me. I said, if you fall on me, I may die. So do not fall on me and do not crash me. I threatened Tumbleweed to not do that. And he did not do that. He was like, I'm gonna back off of this guy. And he never did that. But Tumbleweed Walton was a character. And like I said, he never finished a race. He just was a crowd favorite. He'd usually go around the first turn and then whoop, fall down. And everybody loved Tumbleweed. He was famous, he was popular, and he was not the most gifted rider. However, he was one of the most popular riders. Everyone just loved that guy. And he was a cool dude, and I kind of fell out of touch with Tumbleweed. And about a few years ago, actually about 10 years ago, because he passed away like 7 years ago, rest in peace, I went ahead and messaged him on like Facebook. And I started talking to Tumbleweed and asking him like, what's he doing? And he was doing a lot of religious singing and he was really active in his church and he had a very strong faith in God and he just was a really great guy and he was very popular with his people. You know, Tumbleweed, he made a lot of friends in his life and he was just very popular his whole life. And he had passed away, like I mentioned, 7 years ago. And he was about 65 years old when he passed. But Tumbleweed Walton was kind of one of the famous celebrities of the 70s. And it's kind of amazing that he never won a race, but everyone loved Tumbleweed. And he was really a big time. He was placed in ads with like Sunny Nutter and Select Vans or something. And he just hung around with all the top riders. He was one of the boys.